to give you the whole Ask Me Your Questions video. I asked you a few months back when I hit 100,000 subscribers to ask me your questions, since I really don't get personal. I just, do my makeup, do my hair, my styling videos, and I'm done. So I wanted to get personal with you guys, and I wanted you to ask me the questions that you had. And it's taken me this long to upload it. I am so sorry, but I am finally sitting down and going to answer these questions for you. And I have a naked face because, hey, if you're gonna get to know me personally, you might as well get to know the real me. I've also just got out of the gym and I'm like so beat. I don't want to get ready. I don't want to do nothing. Well, of course, besides record for you guys and answer your questions. So I'm going to get started with these questions. Hopefully you enjoyed them. So I'll get started with the first one. And the first one is, do you have any stalkers? As far as I know, no, I do not have any stalkers. But I do have this like really kind of disturbing story. Back in my MySpace days, there would be fake profiles of me, which was whatever, didn't bother me. But then I completely got like tired of social media and I just disappeared off the face of the earth. I didn't have a Facebook, I didn't have Twitter. Well, I don't even think Twitter was around back then. But I didn't have my MySpace and I didn't have a Facebook for 3 years. And then 3 years later, I came back on to Facebook. And then maybe like a few months into it, I had people like sending me these nasty emails saying, why are you pretending to be Cece Monroe? Like, you're not the real her and I'm gonna report you. And then I had guys messaging me saying, why did you disappear? Why are you going by a different name now? I thought you really liked me. And then I had girls messaging my boyfriend, and my boyfriend would show me these messages and they'd be like, oh, I just want you to know that your girlfriend is running around with other guys and she's a hoe and she was dating my friend online and she broke his heart and this and that. And I was like, he knew it was a bunch of BS, especially since like all the other messages I was getting. So it was just like this real chaotic thing. Turns out this girl was pretending to be me for 3 years. But yeah, that's the only like stalker story I have. Next question, what is your nationality? Well, nationality would be American, but I'm thinking you meant ethnicity, and I'm going to say Mexican, even though I was born here, so really I'm American. But that's just not how we do it. Why are you so inspired by the 1940s and 1950s pinup glamour? It really fits you. Thank you. I really became inspired when I was younger. Before I even knew about different decades and eras and stuff like that. That didn't cross my mind like, oh, this is from this decade. Nothing like that. It was my grandparents. They influenced me a lot because they always would and still do watch those old Spanish movies, black and white, women dressed, movies from the 40s, 50s, and even older. And when I was younger, I would sit there in the kitchen or the living room with my grandparents and I would just like stare. I didn't know, I only knew some of the stuff that they were saying, but I was just so in awe over how gorgeous the women were, their hair, the way they carried themselves, their clothes. Like it was gorgeous. I loved it, and I always loved it, so I always had a love for that, and I would always watch those shows. I still do. And so that's one of the reasons. And another reason is because of my grandmother. When I just love seeing her face whenever she sees me in an outfit that she can relate to. Often when I go visit her, she always has a story like connected to what I'm wearing. She always talks about how she used to style her hair with rags, because back then when you didn't have a lot of money and well, there were no heat styling products, I am able to help her connect to her past, and her face just brightens up. I wanted to know if you do other people's makeup and hair on the side, or have you ever thought about doing it as a side business with just hair and makeup? I did at one point really want to do it on the side, but just because I work full time and then I have YouTube, it's it would be too time consuming. So that's why I really like making these YouTube videos, because it can help, you know, it helps you guys be able to do your own hair. That way you don't have to pay someone to do it for you. Where are you from? Cali, New York, etc. Do you have any tips on how to keep your skin even toned, like products, home remedies? Well, I'm from California, Orange County. I grew up in Santa Ana, and now I'm in Costa Mesa. But Santa Ana will always have my heart. And as far as my skin even toned, that I really cannot answer. I'm sorry, but as you can see, my skin is not even toned. So once I do come across something, I will let you know. What do you do to stay in such great shape? What don't I do? I eat healthy. My meals consist of 3 eggs in the morning, 2 cups of spinach. It kind of changes up every other day or every other 2 days. Protein pancakes, lots of vegetables, at least 3 cups of vegetables a day, and a lot of chicken. And I work out every day, at least an hour and a half. I do cardio, plyo, weight training. I do mostly weight training and plyo. Cardio, I do about half an hour of cardio, and the rest is weight training and plyo. Were you ever bullied? Yeah, and I think probably maybe about 99% of kids have been bullied. It didn't really affect me, only because I had a strong support system. I had a great family, and I had a lot of friends. And you could just tell this person was miserable. It was actually in high school. I didn't even know of this girl's existence, and the only reason I even found out she existed was because a friend of mine said that she hated my guts, or a friend of mine said that that girl hated my guts, and I had no idea who the girl was. And finally, when they pointed her out to me, never seen her in my life, so don't know why she hated me, but clearly she was miserable. I mean, we didn't have the class together. Never. I'd never seen her in my life. So, I don't know. She just has issues. So, we ended up getting, I don't condone violence, but I do think that you should defend yourself. So, she pushed me and tried to hit me. So, I fought back. We got in a fight. And after that, she stopped. Why would I let this one person who I didn't even know existed get to me? I think maybe that's what pissed her off even more, the fact that I didn't even care. How can you become a model? How did you become one? The way I became one was I just, well, it started off as a birthday gift for my boyfriend, and I came across Evolve Photography by Edwin Villanueva. So I shot with him, and he let me know of a website called Model Mayhem, and he told me, you know, you're really good considering that you've never done a photo shoot before. So I was like, what? But he told me about the website, told me I should sign up. So I signed up, and ever since then, that's pretty much where it took off. I had people messaging me for trade shoots, and we do that, and then I started getting paid shoots, and I took it onto Facebook, and it just grew, and I'm really thankful for that. What style eyelashes do you wear? I've been trying different glues, but haven't found one I like yet. I just picked up some Duo dark glue in hopes I love it. Duo dark glue is what I use. As far as lashes, I like to use the Demi Wispies or the Wispies or the Naomi's from Ardell. And cherry lashes. I think it was number 43 or number 17, not sure. I haven't bought lashes in a long time because whenever I buy lashes, I just buy a crap load, so I don't have to buy them again. Next question, are your boobies real? I've answered this before, but it was like, ooh, way back then. But no, they're not. They're fake. I got them done when I was 21. I'm not ashamed of it. I know there's plenty of people that are against plastic surgery, which is perfectly fine. But I'm not against it as long as it's done in excess. And I got mine done. I don't regret it. What do you do for a job besides modeling? I do accounting. So by the time I get home, my mind is just fried, and then I have to do the physical labor of working out. If you could travel to any place in the world, where would it be? I really want to go to South America. South America is definitely on my list. Definitely. One of the places that I would have said would have been Tahiti, but I've already been there, so check that off the list. But another place, Greece. Oh my gosh, Greece. We were supposed to go last year, but had a lot going on, so we couldn't. But Greece is definitely a place I have to go. I've always been interested in the architecture and like just, and Paris. Paris, of course. Every girl wants to go to Paris. Well, not every girl, but a lot of girls do. What was your high school experience like? It was awesome. I loved it. I was on the dance team for 3 years. Senior year, I was dance captain. So, I mean, it was just the greatest experience. I got to choreograph, and, you know, we would hold performances, and those concerts, or our dance concerts, would get so packed. But yeah, it was great. I really came out of my shell because I was the most shy person ever. I would never speak. I would never talk. And then I just met a group of girls that now, to this day, I am so close to, and I love them to pieces. So, yeah. How do you deal with the negativity or hate on YouTube? Block. That's all I do. And I know some people are like, oh, well, just ignore it. Why do you block it? And blah, blah, blah. Because why do I want, if those people are going to be negative on my page, why do I want them looking at it? They don't need to look at it. Like, block. Because there's a lot of people, and this happened before. Like, this girl was talking so much trash on me. Whatever. But she was subscribed to me on YouTube. And I found out who she was because she made the whole, she had a Misfits picture, and in her profile picture she had a Misfits picture, and the names were similar on her YouTube and her Facebook, and she's like, but she was younger, so clearly she wasn't mature yet. But she was subscribed to me on YouTube, and I would see her comments all the time, like her little childish remarks, and I would ignore them, whatever. And then she started saying stuff on Facebook, so clearly she was all over me if she was following me on YouTube and then following me on Facebook, but yet she didn't like me or whatever. Yeah, you don't like someone, but you're following them, right? I'm pretty sure she just used me for my tutorials, so if you're going to talk smack on me, you're not going to use my tutorials. Block. That's how I deal with it. Simple. Okay, next question. Is your beauty mark on your lip real? Yes, it is. I've had people, like trolls, comment like, oh, the look would be better if you didn't put that fake mole on your lip. Like, it's not fake, dummy. I don't know. I think people should know before they comment, but unfortunately, the world we live in today, they just like to speak out of their ass. How often do you curl your hair a week? Twice, sometimes once a week. I never really hear you talk about being a Latina and some of your insecurities, so that would be really refreshing to hear you go into depth about that. Well, for one, I love being Latina. I love being Mexican. I am very proud of it. I never talk about it though because, well, as I mentioned earlier, I never get personal in my videos, so I don't really talk about anything personal. And as far as my insecurities, the insecurity I have is my shyness. That gets in the way of a lot of things. I've missed a lot of opportunities because I freak out about making public speeches and things like that. And I've always been like that since I was younger, so it's kind of getting hard after over 20 years being a certain way and try to get out of that bad habit. What was your most embarrassing moment? I was getting out of my accounting class, and there was this, it looked like a class that was touring campus, and as we were walking down the stairs, the building is dead silent and the floors are like sealed concrete or whatever, so everything echoes. And you just hear the zip of the bottom of my boot, and I just scream and go flying back. My ass hits the stairs and my back hits the other stairs, and everybody turns around and looks at me. I was so embarrassed. Oh, I just wanted to run out. Do you miss your red hair? Not really, honestly. I loved it, of course, but I think just all the maintenance, just trying to keep it looking good, just frustrated me, and I'm really happy that I don't have to deal with all that. It was such a pain in the ass. Are you recognized on the streets? Yes. Every weekend that I go out, at least one person recognizes me. So that's pretty cool, especially when I'm in Santa Ana, because it's nice when locals recognize you. Do you have a best friend? I actually have a few, and they're all people that I went to high school with, and they've stuck around right by me through thick and thin. What do you say to women that try to compete with you and put you down? I don't think I need to say anything to them. If you're going to be competitive and try to bring another woman down, that's issues that you would need to solve on your own. That's not my problem. That's not for me to solve. You deal with that while I go on and live my life. That's pretty much it. How many siblings do I have? I have an older sister. She just turned 28. I have a younger brother who is 9 and a little sister who is 8. Did you go to Santa Ana High School? Yes, I did. I am a saint. Once a saint, always a saint. I love that high school. I love the people there. It was so much fun and some of the best years of my life. My question is, do you just judge pinup competitions, or were you a contestant in past years? I was actually a contestant in 2012 for Ink and Iron, and I did win the Pinup Queen there. So they asked me back this year to judge the pageant, which I'm really excited. Have you ever been in a girl fight? Yes, I have. I've been in a few. Fortunately, nothing's ever happened to me. And I don't go around fighting, but I do defend myself if people try to push me or cross the line. I do defend myself. I know a lot of people say turn the other cheek, but if someone's trying to physically attack you, then I don't believe in turning the other cheek. I believe in defending yourself. What is your favorite pinup hairstyle to wear? I love pin curls, and I wear it often, I'm sure, as you've noticed. Have you and your boyfriend done the boyfriend-girlfriend tag yet? If not, can you? I don't think we've seen him yet. I do want to do the boyfriend-girlfriend tag, so let me know if you guys want me to do the girlfriend-boyfriend tag. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will do it. But that's definitely something I want to do. Music is a huge part of my life, and so is baseball. That's actually how my fiance and I got together. So my questions are, what are your favorite bands, and what genre of music do you listen to the most? I love the Belmonts, I love Dion, I love Del Vikings, I love Muse, I love System of a Down. I love tons of music, different genres. I appreciate music, and if it makes me feel good, then I will be listening to it. You did say, I swear I saw something Dallas Cowboys in one of your videos. Are you a fan? So yes, you did see something Dallas Cowboys. I have a crop top of the Dallas Cowboys. I wore that to a game when they played in San Diego against the Chargers. That was really fun, and yes, I am a fan. I've been a fan of them since I was a little girl. My uncle used to brainwash us in my grandma's room and test us on the players, the coaches, and everything. So my whole family is a cowboy family. And what workouts do you do to stay in such good shape? I do the stairs, but I skip steps. I go backwards on the stairs. I do treadmill, but on the treadmill I do lunges, I do sprints, I walk backwards, and then I do a lot of weight training. I do crunches on the cables. I just do a lot of stuff. But most of my time is dedicated to weight training and plyo. And how do you keep your teeth so white? Brush my teeth every day. I use Crest 3D White. I use that often, and I've been using that for years, since it came out. Top 5 favorite food. Well, if we're including junk food, I would say cheesecake and lemon lace, Cheetos with tapatio and lemon, hot dogs. Oh my gosh, hot dogs. I love hot dogs. Carne asada. Why have I not done a Draw My Life video? I have not done that because I suck at drawing. If I even try to attempt to draw, it would be the worst thing ever. You would not even know what I was drawing. So I'm not even gonna go into that. Do I get good money from pinup modeling? Well, it depends what you think what you consider good money. It pays the bills, but I do have a full-time job, so it's not something I live off of because you still have to consider buying the wardrobe if wardrobe is not provided, and sometimes wardrobe can be so expensive. You can make money off of pinup modeling, but it's rare when you make it as a living. How tall am I without shoes? I am 5'2". And how much do you weigh? I weigh 117 pounds. Well, it's 115, 117 pounds. I always bounce between those two, like day to day, literally. So those were most of the questions. A lot of them were about pinup modeling and things like that. So I hope I answered that question, but I didn't want this video to get too long because I don't want to bore you. But thank you all for taking the time to watch my videos. I really do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the questions, and I love you tons. See you soon.